This is the first time in history that a fifth-round pick has led jersey sales.
Yeah.
Nobody is watching third, fourth round as much as we was watching. But you got to understand, freedom of speech is not free. And I think what Shedeur was doing, what Shedeur was saying, what his father was saying, and the way the father has kind of engulfed his children as you're going into a league where it's like, yo, I'm going to win. Like, it's everything is resume based. We won everywhere. Yeah, y'all changed the culture because of who y'all were.
No. Browns breakout, Shedeur Sanders script. Let me ask you something. When was the last time a fifth-round pick broke the internet? Not a first-round guy with a guaranteed contract and a billboard in his hometown. Not a top 10 selection with a shoe deal already signed before he ever touched an NFL field. A fifth-round pick. Pick number 144. A guy most front offices passed on twice, 3 times for times before Cleveland finally said yes. And yet, right now, in the spring of 2026, Shedeur Sanders is the name everybody is talking about. His jersey is flying off shelves faster than retailers can restock them. Nike is scrambling behind the scenes. Fans are camped on websites, cards in hand, refreshing pages like they're waiting for concert tickets. And it all started the moment one number came back to its rightful owner. Number 2 is home. And the whole football world just felt the ground shake. But here's the thing. If you think this story is just about a jersey, you are already missing the point. This is about years of work colliding with one perfect moment. This is about an identity that was built long before the NFL ever called his name. This is about a young man who was doubted, drafted lower than almost anyone saw coming, handed a number that wasn't even his, dropped into one of the most broken situations in the league, and still made the Pro Bowl. Let that marinate for a second. So let's go all the way back, because to understand why number 2 means everything, you have to understand where it came from. This didn't start in Cleveland. It didn't start at Colorado. It didn't even start at Jackson State, though that's where the fire really got lit. This started in Texas, when Shedeur Sanders was just a kid wearing that number in high school, learning what it meant to carry a name with weight. Because growing up a Sanders is not a free pass. Growing up under Deion Sanders means every single day is a test. You don't coast. You don't make excuses. You don't let the moment be bigger than your preparation. You earn every inch of every reputation you want to have. And Shedeur earned his. At Jackson State, he didn't just play quarterback. He helped transform a program, elevated the visibility of HBCU football in a way the sport hadn't seen in decades, and did it all while the entire country was watching, partly because of who his father was, but more and more because of who he was becoming on his own. Number 2 wasn't just a number at Jackson State. It was already starting to mean something. It was starting to represent a standard. Then Colorado happened, and the volume got turned all the way up. When Deion Sanders took the head coaching job in Boulder, skeptics lined up immediately. People said it was a circus. People said it was publicity. People said it was a father giving his son a platform he hadn't fully earned yet. And then the season started. And week after week, people kept tuning in. Not because of the drama, because of the football. Shedeur put up numbers that silenced rooms. He changed the energy of an entire program that had been losing for years. He made Colorado relevant again, genuinely relevant, not just internet relevant. And through all of it, that number 2 was front and center. He had already started building his own brand around it, his own line, his own identity, his own message. Colorado even moved to honor that number early, which told you everything you needed to know about how deep the connection already ran. By the time the 2025 NFL Draft rolled around, Shedeur Sanders was supposed to be a top 5 pick. The projection, the buzz, the talent evaluation, everything pointed toward the top of the board. And then something strange happened. Teams passed. One by one, picks went by, and his name wasn't called. The room got quiet. The internet got loud. And when Cleveland finally selected him at 144, the football world genuinely didn't know what to make of it. Was it the father factor? Politics? Teams getting spooked by the family's outspokenness? Whatever the reason, Shedeur landed in Cleveland as a 5th-round pick on a team that went 5-12 the year before, with an offensive line that wasn't going to protect him, with weapons that weren't going to make his life easy, and with a number that wasn't even available. Number 2 was already taken. DeAndre Carter, veteran wide receiver, had it. And people close to Shedeur were not happy about it. That tension was real. But here's what happened next, and this is important. Shedeur said nothing publicly. He didn't demand a swap. He didn't make it a headline. He took number 12, a number with zero personal meaning to him, and he went to work. That's Deion's fingerprints right there. No distractions. No drama. Just lock in and handle business. And handle business he did. 7 starts into his rookie season, Shedeur Sanders was quietly building something that nobody could completely dismiss. Over 1,400 passing yards. Moments where the pocket presence looked years ahead of where rookies usually are. Flashes of arm strength and decision-making that made you lean forward in your seat. Yes, there were 10 interceptions. Yes, the record was 3-4 in his starts. Yes, the team was struggling all around him. Critics had ammunition, and they used it without hesitation. But then the Pro Bowl votes came in. A rookie, a 5th-round pick, on a team with a losing record. And the fans voted him in. Do you understand how rare that is? The last time a Browns quarterback made the Pro Bowl was Derek Anderson in 2007. Nearly 2 decades of drought, and this kid, this supposed reach pick, this controversy magnet, this quarterback who couldn't even get his own number, ended it in year 1. And right after that announcement, something shifted in the market. His jersey sales, even in number 12, were already among the best in his entire draft class. Not top rookie quarterbacks. His whole class. Wide receivers, pass rushers, offensive tackles, guys drafted in the 1st round with massive signing bonuses and immediate starting roles. Shedeur was selling more gear than most of them, and he was doing it in a number that wasn't even really his. Nike noticed. The league noticed. Analysts started having conversations that weren't about touchdowns, they were about business. Then March 30th, 2026 arrived, and the switch got flipped. DeAndre Carter was released. Number 2 was open. The Browns moved immediately, made it official, and Shedeur went on X and posted one thing. Just the number. 2. No speech. No celebration video. No long caption. Just 2. The internet collapsed. Fans who had been holding off on buying a jersey for over a year, waiting specifically for this moment, showed up all at once. People who already owned number 12 jerseys started asking how to exchange them. Retailers reported traffic spikes that their systems weren't built to handle. Websites slowed down. Stocks started moving before shelves could be properly stocked. And within 48 hours, it became clear that this wasn't a normal merch moment. This was a takeover. And right in the middle of all of it stood Nike, the official manufacturer of every NFL jersey, suddenly facing pressure that doesn't come with a normal product launch. Because Nike has handled big moments before. Championship runs. Superstar debuts. Record-breaking nights that send fans into a buying frenzy. They have systems for that. They have contingency plans for that. But this is different, and here's exactly why. When LeBron James drops a big game, fans buy his jersey because of what he did that night. The emotion is connected to the performance. It's real, but it's reactive. What's happening with Shedeur Sanders is not reactive, it's cumulative. Every year of grinding, every doubter who got proved wrong, every moment of staying quiet when he could have made noise, every vote that came in for that Pro Bowl, every fan who held off buying number 12 because they knew number 2 was coming eventually. All of that energy, all of that patience, all of that loyalty, it all hit the market at the exact same moment. And that's a kind of pressure that doesn't follow a normal curve. It doesn't build slowly and peak gracefully. It explodes, and it demands to be handled immediately. Because here is the cold reality of what Nike is facing right now. Fans in this moment are not patient. They are not going to wait 2 weeks for restocking. They are not going to bookmark the page and come back later. They are ready to spend right now, and if the product isn't there when they show up, that excitement curdles. It turns into frustration. Frustration spreads on social media faster than hype does. And when a moment like this slips through bad logistics, you don't get to replay it. The window closes, and the opportunity is gone. Every hour that the gap between demand and supply stays open adds risk. And right now, that gap is wide. Production lines have to move at a speed they weren't originally scheduled to move at. Materials have to be sourced and pushed through faster than the standard timeline. Quality checks still have to happen. Shipping still has to be coordinated. And all of this has to happen while the wave is still cresting, not after it crashes. That's the game Nike is now playing, and Shedeur Sanders is the one who set the rules. What makes this whole situation extraordinary is that none of it was accidental. Shedeur has never moved without intention. From the way he carried himself at Jackson State to the brand he started building around number 2 long before the league ever gave him a shot, every piece of this has been constructed with purpose. He didn't stumble into influence. He built it brick by brick, jersey by jersey, game by game, vote by vote. And now, heading into his second NFL season, with his number back on his back and a city that's starting to genuinely believe in him, the runway ahead looks completely different from where he started just 1 year ago. Cleveland hasn't had this kind of authentic energy around a quarterback in a long, long time. And the market is reflecting exactly that. First-time fifth-round pick to lead jersey sales in league history. It's not just a stat. It's a signal. Number 2 is back. The demand is already outpacing the supply. And Shedeur Sanders is proving, one moment at a time, that draft position was never going to define him. What defines him is the number on his back, the name above it, and the standard he was raised to never compromise on. This is just the beginning of year 2. And if year 1 looked like this, you do not want to miss what comes next. If you're locked in on the Shedeur era and everything happening in Cleveland right now, make sure you're subscribed to Brown's Breakout and hit that like button, because this story is moving fast, and we're going to be right here every step of the way.